Hello everyone, this is Kevin the Switch Hippie here with another exciting episode of Rescue from the Bargain Bin here at Groovy Old Records. So I've got some new pickings here we're going to go over. I got some 33s and some 78s, and let's just get into it. Happy New Year, by the way, everybody. Happy New Year. It's going to be a great year. So let's get into the records that we're finding so far this year. This is the FAB company. That's FAB stands for Frank, Achilles, and Bonnie. Those are the three people that you see on the label. It's kind of a folky album from the late 60s. They're from Denver, right? It's not too bad. I think it's a pretty good record. I'm not too sure whatever happened to them. I think they put out a disco album in the 70s. It just kind of disappeared. But anyway, that was a pretty good album. So I put a couple cuts below. This is The Sounds of Solid Gold. This is a Marine Corps radio spots, right? It's pretty cool. It'll do like the best hits in 1971, and they'll play the hits, and in between you get the little blurbs for the Marine Corps. So it's one of those kind of public service records on Marine Corps records. How often do you have anything on Marine Corps records? But anyway, it's interesting. I'll see if I can put something down below. So next one, Johnny Burnett. Johnny Burnett was part of the rock and roll trio with Ricky Nielsen, wasn't he? And he's in the Rockabilly Hall of Fame. I don't hear any rockabilly on here. This is just kind of late 50s, early 60s pop. You're 16, that kind of stuff. So, it's okay. It's all right. The cover's great, right? The record's seen better days, but this is Tom Paxton, right? Everybody knows Tom Paxton. He's kind of a singer-songwriter, folky guy. He was a folky guy back in the day. So this will be interesting. This has got piles of famous people on it. Dave Bromberg's on here. All sorts of cool people. So I haven't listened to it yet, but I'm familiar with this work. So I will put a cut below. That record looks good. So these are the kind of I always get these ones. These are the design ones, right? The design. These are the cheapo country compilations, and this is these are religious ones. These are gospel, right? These are country gospel, bluegrass gospel people playing on it. It's actually pretty good. I mean, these, like I said before, these are the kind of records you go into. You pull into a truck stop in McKinney, Texas, and they would have a stack of these right next to the chips and soda, and they were $1.99 or whatever. And truckers used to buy them or whatever. But anyway, they don't sound particularly brilliant, but I like it because there's people I've never heard of on here on these records. So that's why I pick them up, and then of course you get the cut, you listen to it, and then you go buy that album. Next one is this is a great one. This is Brother Oswald. Brother Oswald was a dobro player. He was I think he played with Roy Acuff, right? If I'm not mistaken, he played with Roy Acuff. He is when it comes to dobro and the resonator, steel resonator guitar, he's the man. He's the guy who popularized it. He's the kitty right here. This is a brilliant record on Rounder Records. Sounds great. I put a cut below. Absolutely brilliant record. Brother Oswald. Here's another great one. Oh my gosh. Cooder, Bop Till You Drop. Oh my gosh, Bop Till You Drop. Do you remember? This was, it even says here in the back, this is one of the first completely digital recordings, right? This was back in 1979. Like, everything was recorded digital, and then they dumped it onto a master tape, and then they take the master tape to the press and player, or however that works. Bop Till You Drop is a brilliant album, and Ry Cooder's great. Who doesn't love Ry Cooder? All his albums are great, and I love his Cuban music, and I also like he used to play with the Rolling Stones, right? He was on a couple of Rolling Stones albums. Just absolutely brilliant. This lady I've never heard of, and I think perhaps maybe I should have. This is Kate Wolf. She was a singer-songwriter in the late 70s and early 80s. She passed away in 86. But this is kind of a greatest hits album, and I had never heard of her. So I put the song Telluride, I put that below because Telluride is here in Colorado, right? So anyway, it's interesting. Kate Wolf. This one, these are one of these records I saw it, I'm like, shouldn't I? I'll probably never listen to it. I'll put one cut below, I won't listen to it for the rest of my life, and that's Jolie. That's Al Jolson, right? That's Al Jolson, right? He's most famous for like the blackface and the man, but he was actually a very popular singer apart from that, right? This is cool. Of course, if you've been following my channel, you know exactly why I bought this record, right? Because the cover kicks ass. I love the cover. This Eddie Dean, Hillbilly Heaven, which is a big hit, right? I remember this. I don't know if I remember him doing it, but I do remember the song Hillbilly Heaven, Eddie Dean. Brilliant record, so check it out. Oh, this one, oh my gosh, I felt so bad. This is the great J.J. Jackson. So this is the great J.J. I bought the record, right? Of course, it's just completely, the cover's torn up, right? And I noticed in the corner it says KCGO. So this is like a radio station. This was their record. I was thinking maybe by the graffiti on it, it was a college radio station. I don't know, but they kind of tore poor J.J. Jackson up here. It's a really good record. It sounds pretty good too. So maybe clean it up a little bit more. But and look at the label. I always thought the label was hysterical. This is the white promo label, right? The white promo label from Warner Brothers, and it is just psychedelic. I don't know. Kids today, I don't know. But it was from the album came out in 1969. So that's awesome. J.J. Jackson, poor guy. This one is Jacques Brel. Who doesn't love Jacques? I love Jacques Brel. And it was so good when I saw one of his records in the bargain bin, right? You know, it felt good to rescue this because this is a brilliant record. It sounds good. Jacques Brel is brilliant. He's from Belgium. He sings in French. He passed away, many years ago. But I absolutely love his music. I don't speak French, so I don't know what he says. I mean, this one's got the lyrics can translate, but overall, it's just the way he performs it, right? He could be selling me cat food. And it's just absolute brilliant to hear Jacques Brel sing. So I put the Couple Les Moribundes, which is was Seasons in the Sun. That's the Terry Jacks did the version called Seasons in the Sun. And Dave Bowie did his Amsterdam on the Pinups album, and then like I said before, Alex Harvey band from Scotland did Next. Is it C'est bon? C'est bon? Is that the word for French word for next? C'est bon. Anyways. Jacques Brel, he's absolutely brilliant. It's a great record. I'm glad I found. This is one of the reasons I do this, right? Because you find a really good record that would have probably just sat there and got thrown away at some point. Anyways, here we go. Sergio Mendes in Brazil '66. I think this is a great record. I had this on CD. I think it sounds great myself. I put a cut below, Day Tripper below. Tell me what you think. I was thinking too, if you go back, if I was 14 or 15 in 1966, I would say that the Sergio Mendes version of Day Tripper isn't like cool, right? But here in the 28th century, we have a little, time is good to us. We have a little latitude to revisit this and say, it's a pretty cool song. It's a pretty cool version of Sergio. And this is, of course, by Herb Alpert, produced the record's on A&M Records. So, here it is. Hold Me, Thrill Me, Kiss Me, Mel Carter. Of course, somebody did not like Mel either, right? So, that was his big hit. I think this is 1961. Hold Me, Thrill Me, Kiss Me, Mel Carter. And then, of course, they drew all over the record in the back, dude. So, poor guy. Anyways, it's a pretty good record, though. It's on Imperial. It's got some scratches we got to deal with. And, finally, in the record department, yeah, we're at the bottom of the records. Loretta Lynn's Greatest Hits. I love Loretta Lynn. And she's famous for that Coal Miner's Daughter, which I don't think is a good song. It's boring. But there's this song. This album is packed full of her greatest hits, and I think this is from 1968 or whatever. So, Don't Come Home Drinking with Lovin' on Your Mind. She speaks the truth, man. She speaks the truth. So anyway, that's Loretta Lynn, Greatest Hits of 1968 or 1969. That came out 68, I think. So those are the albums, right? So let's switch over right quick to the 78s. The first one, I just my camera there. The first one, I thought this is the coolest thing I ever found is can I hold this up? This is Blues Stay Away From Me by the Delmore Brothers, right? And I love the Delmore Brothers. They're the hillbilly folky kind of band, right? Delmore Brothers. That side doesn't sound particularly great. Blues Stay Away From Me. I think I put the album version below. But the other side, going back to the Blue Ridge Mountains, it does sound good. And I put that below. And what an absolute brilliant song. The Delmore Brothers. Old Hillbilly Boogie. Here's another great, speaking of Hillbilly Boogie, here's another great one. Oh my gosh, I love this one. Blackberry Boogie. Blackberry Boogie, Tennessee Ernie. It's Tennessee Ernie Ford, right? Back then he was just called Tennessee Ernie. So that Delmore Brothers was 49. This is 51. And that is Tennessee Ernie Ford with Blackberry Boogie. And it actually sounds really good too, so I put it below. This next one is time has not been kind to it. So this is Bein mir bist du schon, the Andrews Sisters. Back with Nice Work If You Can Get It. this was the German song here was a big hit, but it doesn't play very well. So I put the reverse side on here. Nice work if you can get it. You can get it kind of okay. So anyway, those are the cool ones. Now here's a couple. Here's ones I found just recently. Was there's McGregor Records, Hollywood, Chicago, New York, and these were. This is they were. It was a record label. It was by C.P. McGregor, and he used to run the Brunswick Records office in California. And so he made his own record label of these were kind of instructional 78s. So these are the ones I have here are all dance 70s, right? So this is a Wabash Cannonball. It's a square dance without calls, and I don't. And inside each one of these is kind of a it's kind of a typed up instructions on what he's talking about. Isn't that really cool? I thought that was cool. So this is typed, I mean, I'm going to say, I don't know what year this is. Maybe 1947 or 48 or something like that. I mean, maybe early 50s. And it has, these are this is the call, right? So you put the record on, the square dance, and this is the call you would sing, everybody sing the whole Honey Boy, and it's got the calling, the square dance calling. So there. It's really cool though. I haven't tried it yet. I haven't even tried a square dance. And the other one here, I thought this was cool, is is this the one here I'm thinking of? That's another square dance. This one is the, here we go. This is the El Rancho Grande, and again, here it again. The instructions, right? This is the instructions on the square dance. And it tells you exactly how to do the square dance too, right? So it has instructions. This is how you do the square dance. And of course it's typed up, right? It's typed up. So, I could picture some poor lady in the stenography pool, in the typing pool, right? Having to type all this crap up. But the other one, I thought this was really cool, and then I'll let you go. We're done for the day. But this one here, where's the other one? Oh, this is I thought was funny. So this is the this is Alice Blue Gown, right? So and that's the Saddle Kings. That's the band that's doing the song Alice Blue Gown. And then you flip it over, right? And it's Alice Blue Gown, and the guy is explaining you how to do the dance. It's pretty cool. I mean, I didn't even know what the heck he's talking about, half waltz turn or whatever. But I put the cut below. So, anyways, that's all I got for you today, man. I hope it's okay. Check out the ones I put below and tell me what you think, especially about the Alice Blue Gown instructions. So anyways, Kevin the Switch Hippie, until next time, we'll see you guys later. Cheerio, bye.